Before someone attacks you, lies to you, or manipulates you, their eyes leak the truth first. Most people are blind to it, but once you see it, you can't unsee it. This is Survive Protocol, where we break down body language. People think body language is about posture, but the real signal is the eyes. Your eyes are one of the few things you can't fully control. Pupil size changes automatically. Blink rate shifts with emotion. Eye movement reveals mental processing. Psychology shows pupil dilation increases when someone is interested or emotionally engaged. This means attraction, curiosity, even danger. It shows up before words ever do. Your eyes are a direct extension of your brain. They are hardwired to react to your thoughts and feelings in real time. Unlike a practiced smile or a rehearsed story, the eyes reveal raw, unfiltered information. They leak the truth before the conscious mind has a chance to cover it up. I will teach you how to decode these signals. I will show you what to look for. This skill is not taught in schools. It is learned in the field, where observation means survival. You will learn to see what others miss. And the world is full of noise. People talk constantly. They send emails and text messages. They post updates online. All of this can be misleading. Words can be chosen carefully to hide true intentions, but the eyes do not lie so easily. And they are honest communicators. Learning to read them gives you a tremendous advantage. It allows you to cut through the noise and see the real person in front of you. You gain a clearer picture of their emotional state and their true intentions. If you remember one thing, remember this. Pupils were interest plus emotion. Dilated or engaged. Interested, stimulated. Constricted or bored. Disinterested, disengaged. Change the topic, watch the eyes, or you'll see the shift instantly in a tense situation. Sudden dilation can mean heightened focus or intent. It means the other person's brain has gone on high alert. This is part of the fight or flight response. The brain widens the pupils to take in as much visual information as possible. It is preparing the body for action. This could mean they are about to become aggressive. It could also mean they are terrified and looking for an escape. Either way, it signals a dramatic shift in their internal state. When you see someone's pupils rapidly expand during a confrontation, you must pay attention. It is a biological signal that the situation is escalating. The person has become hyper-focused. Their brain is processing information at a higher speed. This is a moment to increase your own awareness. Create distance if you can. Prepare to defend yourself or de-escalate the situation. Do not ignore this signal. It is one of the most honest indicators that a person has moved from thinking to a state of readiness for action. Eye contact isn't simple. It's a weapon. It is a fundamental tool for communication and social navigation. Think of eye contact as a dial you can turn up or down. The setting you choose sends a powerful message. It can build trust and rapport. It can project confidence and authority, or it can signal threat and aggression. Too little eye contact can make you appear shy, unsure, or even deceptive. You seem to be hiding something. A balanced level of eye contact is the goal in most social situations. This means looking at someone long enough to show you are listening and engaged, but also looking away periodically. This balanced approach signals confidence and comfort. It tells the other person that you are neither intimidated by them nor trying to dominate them. It creates a feeling of mutual respect. This is the sweet spot for building trust, whether in a business meeting or on a first date. Staring or holding eye contact for too long is a different matter entirely. In the animal kingdom, a prolonged, direct stare is almost always a sign of aggression. It is a challenge. Humans are no different. When someone stares at you without breaking their gaze, it can feel incredibly uncomfortable and threatening. It can be a deliberate tactic to intimidate you or dominate you. In an urban environment, the wrong kind of stare can escalate a minor disagreement into a serious conflict. It invades personal space and triggers a defensive response. You must be aware of how your own gaze is perceived. You must also be able to read the intentions behind someone else's stare. If you are in a tense situation and someone is staring you down, they are trying to assert dominance. Continuing to stare back can be seen as accepting the challenge. A common myth in body language is that if someone looks away, they must be lying. This is a dangerous oversimplification. It is not true. People look away for many reasons, and one of the most common is simply that they are thinking. Accessing memory requires significant mental effort. Constructing a complex thought requires significant mental effort. Looking away from a person's face helps to reduce cognitive load. It frees up mental resources by cutting down on incoming sensory information, and this allows the brain to focus on the internal task of retrieving an answer or creating an answer. Think about it. When you are asked a difficult question, what do you do? Many people will naturally avert their gaze. They might look up at the ceiling or look off to the side. This is a normal and healthy part of the thought process. It does not automatically signal deception. Similarly, looking away can be a sign of shyness or social anxiety. For some people, direct eye contact feels too intense, and looking away is a way to manage that discomfort. Judging someone as a liar based solely on eye aversion is a mistake and can lead to false accusations and broken trust. Of course, looking away can also be associated with deception. A person who is lying might avoid eye contact because they feel guilty or are afraid of being caught. Your blink rate is another powerful and reliable indicator of your internal state. Most people blink about 6 to 10 times per minute when they are relaxed and in a neutral environment. This is an automatic process that keeps the eyes lubricated. However, this rate is not constant. It changes dramatically based on your emotional and cognitive state. When a person is under stress, feeling anxious, even highly excited, their blink rate will often increase significantly. It can double or even triple without the person even realizing it. This increase in blinking is a direct response from the autonomic nervous system. It is like a ticker tape for psychological arousal. When the brain perceives a threat or is dealing with a high-stakes situation, it goes into a state of heightened alert. This can manifest as a rapid flutter of the eyelids. A sudden increase in blink rate is often one of the first and most reliable signs that a person's stress level is rising. It can appear even before their voice starts to shake or their hands begin to fidget. You can use this knowledge in many practical ways. Imagine you are negotiating a deal. You make an offer and the other person's blink rate suddenly spikes. This tells you that your offer has had a significant impact. They are processing it under pressure. Or consider a security context. You are questioning someone and their blink rate stays normal when they answer simple questions. But when you ask about a specific time or event, their eyes start blinking rapidly. This is a red flag. You have probably heard the popular theory about eye direction. It says that if a person looks to their right, they are lying, and if they look to their left, they are telling the truth. This idea comes from a simplified interpretation of neuro-linguistic programming. It is a very appealing shortcut. People love simple rules that promise to reveal complex truths. Unfortunately, this particular rule is not reliable. Decades of scientific research have failed to find any consistent link between the direction of eye movements and deception. Now, the theory suggests memory on one side and construction on the other, but brains are wired differently and thinking is complex. So does eye direction tell us anything at all? Yes. But not whether someone is lying. Eye movements can hint at visualizing, recalling sounds, or accessing feelings in internal dialogue. The practical move is to stop playing lie detector and use eye direction as a small piece of a much larger puzzle. Observe it as part of overall behavior, but do not assign it a meaning it cannot reliably carry. Eye reading isn't about guessing, it's about awareness. Watch patterns, notice changes, trust clusters, not single signals, because in the real world, the person who sees first decides what happens next. Most people look, few people see. Survive protocol sharpens both. But the eyes give the fastest and clearest signal of all. This is because the eyes are directly connected to the limbic system of the brain. This is the honest part of the brain. It controls our emotions, survival responses. It reacts instantly without conscious thought. The eyes are the only part of the central nervous system you can see from the outside. Other parts of the body can be controlled. A person can learn to keep their hands still, force a smile, control the tone of their voice. But it is much harder to control the tiny muscles around the eyes. It is impossible to consciously control your pupils or your blink rate in a natural way. These reactions are automatic. They are driven by deep-seated emotional processes and cognitive processes. This makes the eyes a reliable source of information about what is truly going on inside a person's mind. Pupil size changes instantly based on interest, arousal, fear. Your blink rate speeds up under stress or excitement. The direction of a person's gaze shows where their attention is focused. These are not random movements. They are precise indicators of a person's internal state. Scientists have studied these responses for decades. They use eye tracking technology to understand consumer behavior, to understand witness testimony. Reading the eye contact code is not about mind reading. It is about careful observation and pattern recognition. It is a skill you develop with practice. So what are the practical steps you can take to start using this knowledge today? First, start by noticing pupils. In your next conversation, make a conscious effort to look at the other person's pupils. Are they large or small? Do they change when you shift the topic of conversation? If you mention something exciting and their pupils widen, you have just witnessed genuine interest in real time. Second, begin to monitor blink rate. You do not need a stopwatch. Just get a general sense of the rhythm. Is it slow and calm or fast and fluttery? Notice if their blink rate increases when you ask a challenging question. A sudden spike in blinking is a reliable indicator of stress or arousal. Remember to establish a baseline first. Observe their normal blink rate during casual conversation. That gives you something to compare when pressure changes. Third, think of eye contact as a dial and observe where it is set. Notice how long people hold your gaze. Is it fleeting and avoidant? That could signal shyness or discomfort. Is it steady and balanced? That usually indicates confidence and engagement. Or is it a prolonged, unbroken stare? That can be a sign of dominance or aggression. Pay attention to how different levels of eye contact make you feel. Use this to become more sensitive to the messages being sent. Adjust your own gaze to be more effective. Finally, always look for clusters of behavior. Never rely on a single cue. A single glance away or a brief increase in blinking means very little on its own. Real insights come from multiple signals pointing the same way. The eyes are the most honest part of the body. They broadcast our true feelings, intentions, and stress levels for anyone who knows how to look. Most people are deaf to this silent language. They are too distracted by words to see the truth that is flashing right in front of them. By learning to read the eye contact code, you gain a powerful advantage. You move from simply looking to truly seeing. This ability to see what others miss allows you to understand situations more deeply and react more effectively. This is not a parlor trick. It is a survival skill. In a dangerous encounter, seeing the pre-attack cues in an aggressor's eyes can give you the critical seconds you need to move, create distance, or de-escalate. In a business negotiation, seeing the subtle signs of stress or interest can help you close a better deal. In your personal life, it can help you build deeper connections by understanding the unspoken feelings of others. The person who sees the signals first is the person who can act first. This gives you control. Your task now is to practice. Start today. Pay attention to the eyes of the people you interact with. Notice their pupils and their blink rate and the quality of their eye contact. Look for patterns and clusters of behavior. And do not jump to conclusions. The more you practice, the faster and more intuitive this skill will become. Few people see, survive, protocol sharpens both.